Hey guys, AnimeWestReacts here is giving a reaction to Talentless Nana Chapter 66, Moe Part 12. So yeah, cover page of Sachiko holding on someone's hand. They're like teleporting, holding someone. So yeah, last chapter had ended off with Nana telling that, or saying that Sachiko was someone's accomplice or that she's a murderer. Nana says, "I know you're Sachiko's accomplice," and she's trying to say, like trying to talk her way out of it. Nana yells, "Shut up! I don't feel like games right now." She says, "Shut up! Shut up! I don't feel like games right now. You could grab me and teleport me to the other side of the world. It'd be a perfect crime." Sachiko just says, "Nana-chan." Like she's in the darkness, so there's no way to know where Nana is. Says, "Nana, hey, aren't those? Those are Nana's shoes. She's over there." She can like see the shoes. She says, "Nana's right there." She tries to reach out, but then stops. She says, "Sorry, please forgive me." Nana says, "I'm glad. And if you'd taken the bait, I would have had no choice but to swing this down on you." So yeah, she's standing behind her. She says, "I'm sorry, just hear me out." And then Nana says, "Right now, I'm more worried about Moe." He says, "Oh, I want to see her with my own eyes that Moe is all right." And so they go to the hospital. So yeah, Moe is fine. Then Sachiko tries to say something. Kyoya comes in and says, "There you are." And says, "Maizono, we need to talk. Don't try anything." And so, yeah, they just, Nana and Kyoya look at each other and says, "Tell Kyoya whatever you need to say." He seems to know what's going on, and Nana wants to stay with Moe. So she says, "I want to stay here." So they go out into the lobby and says, "Now then, are you the one that planted the car keys in Taragi's room, my dear?" And she says, "Yeah." Then Kaya says, "With your ability to teleport, you could have done it at any time. Come to think of it, when someone confronted Hiragi at the school hall with the fake letter, I didn't see you there." And then she says, "I know." And so yeah, that's when she was planting the key in Nana's room, because she see a little visual of her teleporting in, putting the key in the dresser. And so blah, says, yeah, Fuka, I think is her name, says, "But why did you do it? Why would you kill Saijo? Why use the car when you could teleport?" And then Kyo says, "That's the greatest mystery of this case. Why did you use the car to commit the crime?" And then he says, "Teleportation, it seems convenient, but it's actually horrific. I'm terrified that while I'm here talking to you, you might teleport me into a polar bear den before I know what's happening." Sachiko says, "I wouldn't do that, no, so instead I thought about who would inferior talent. It's Soma, isn't it? Soma can apply an electrical current to his entire body, and you can't teleport without touching others without touching them. Soma understands his own talent, so rarely uses it, but if his life were in danger, he wouldn't hesitate. It's enough to intimidate someone." And Sachiko says that he threatened me. And Kyoya says, "In reality, instead of Saijo, you tried to kill Soma, didn't you? With the car. Even if struck by lightning, the current travels to the ground so people inside it are safe." When I arrived at that thought, another question arose. While driving a car, are you able to teleport yourself and the car? When you consider the skid marks at the crime scene and the direction the car came from, it seems like the car just suddenly appeared rather than came driving down the road. And then she says, "I can," and then or she says she can teleport the car. And she says, "I get it." Or Sachiko says, "I get it. That's why Nana-chan had me teleport outside the store while riding a bicycle. She wanted to confirm how my talent worked. In the darkness of the crime scene, you mistook Saijo for Soma since they had similar builds. And then yeah, she says that day that day, the day I accidentally killed Saijo-san. And then yeah, see like Soma I guess putting his hand on her shoulder. And then Kyoya says, Soma asked to meet you, didn't he? And what happened? So we see a flashback where she's in a car with Soma. He says, you got a license? Or Sachiko says, you got a license? He says, of course I do. Not into being taken for a ride. I suppose you could teleport anywhere you need to go. And she says, what do you want? And then he says, your talent is powerful, but you can't lay a finger on me. You know why, don't you? And then she's like, can I leave now? And he's like, Soma's like, now. Stay with me a little longer, after all. Then, yeah, he says, it's what your friend Kiyomi wants. And then she says, if you do anything to her, and she's like about to grab him, but stops because of the whole electrical current thing. And then Soma says, I wouldn't do that. When you're struck by lightning, apparently you can feel the electricity run through your whole body. So yeah, she's kind of just like, Rrr. So Soma says, I'm planning to shoot some porn. I already know how I'm going to distribute it. The only thing I'm missing is an actress. If you won't do it, then I'll ask your friend. And yeah, then throws the car keys. She says, don't you need those? Or yeah, he throws the car keys onto the hood and says, don't you need those? And then Soma says, I'll be rolling in dough soon enough, able to buy all the cars I want. You know what to do. Night at 10 p.m., look for the utility pole with the Lost Dog poster. I'll be waiting. And so yeah, it was a trap. And then Kyoya says he made a show of tossing car keys. I thought it was my only option. I'd run him over with the car and kill him. It was all I could think about. I checked out the location so I could picture it in my head. I got into the car before 10 p.m. Never driven a car before, but I figured if I step on the gas and teleported a speeding car with me, it would work. But the boy at that location wasn't Soma, and so yeah, she killed Saido. And then she says, my memory before and after the accident is hazy. I probably teleported myself out of the car at the last second. When I came to my senses, I was in a nearby field. So then shows up saying I didn't expect things to go this well. And then she realizes she killed Saido, runs over, says no, and then someone says you killed him, and she says no, you were. And then he yells, you killed him, you're a murderer. And then she's like, you listening? You can make all the excuses blah. You can make all the excuses you want, but you killed him. Yeah, or you killed Saijo. Look, kiss his corpse. So yeah, he like forces her head down to like do it. And then Kyoya says, in other words, Soma arranged to meet Saijo at the same time he said he'd meet you. He hid in some nearby bushes, hoping you'd kill Saijo if things went well. And then what if it didn't work out? Yeah. Fuka says, what if it didn't work out? And then Kyoya says, then it would have been no big deal. As far as Soma was confirmed, it was better to do this than not. And then she says, he's such a monster. And then, yeah, Sachiko says, I'm scared because of Soma. He's always giving me the creeps. He toyed with... Yeah, Kyoya says he toyed with Saijo with people's lives. On top of that, he must be bad news if you think there's something wrong with him. That's why I did as he said and tried to frame Nana-chan and occasionally observed her. And Kyoya says, I'm sorry, I should have talked to you sooner. And he says you couldn't. Sachiko says you couldn't help it. Nana-chan was probably on guard too. And then Fuka says, Kyoya, it wasn't Soma who you were truly afraid of. And Kyoya says, I didn't want to end up all alone in Antarctica or the desert. And Soma could harm his current surroundings. I had to think of a way to corner him too. And then she says, in any case, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. And then Sachiko starts crying again. And you hear like tap, tap, tap noises. We go over to the warehouse, and then we see Nakajima saying, "Looks like you lost." Like, well, shining a flashlight down to Soma. So yeah, pretty good chapter. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure to leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe for more anime reaction reviews and manga reviews, and I'll see y'all next time. So yeah, later.